Hello everyone, I'm Greg Weaver. Welcome to The Audio Analyst. While the obvious goal of attending a world-class audio show like this past April's Expona or next week's June inaugural High End Vienna would be to experience all the new and exciting toys, one of the more enjoyable aspects of such events, as I've expressed many times before, is getting to spend time with colleagues and friends that I only get to visit with at these shows. So, when I walked into the Mobile Fidelity Room at Expona, hosted in the large Schaumburg B suite, I was only too happy to run into Peter Madnick. Imagine my surprise and the degree of engaged curiosity I felt as he rather excitedly began to share the details of his latest creation for MoFi Electronics with me, the UltraPhono Pro Phonostage. Though we didn't actually meet until the late 1990s, I've known Peter through his work since he and Mark Shifter co-founded Audio Alchemy in 1989, a brand that soon reset the bar for producing groundbreaking, budget-friendly external DACs, digital processors, and other audio electronics. Peter has been plying his craft for some 4 decades now and has designed or collaborated on something like 450 different audio products, ranging from the disruptive audio alchemy gear that garnered such acclaim in the early 1990s to creating the cutting-edge, high-end reference Constellation electronics in the early 2010s. He has most recently joined the design team at MoFi Electronics as their lead audio products electronics design engineer. Followers will recall that I reviewed the first Phonostage he crafted under the MoFi Electronics badge, the MasterPhono, with episode 207 here at the channel, and with the print version at Positive Feedback. Both are linked in today's description. Now, if you haven't already seen my take on the MasterPhono, I'd ask you to check it out, and I will quickly offer this spoiler. That beast not only represents an elegant and brilliantly effective design with superb execution, offering more features than you'd have any reason to expect, but it delivers an unexpected level of accomplished performance. It is a paradigm of overachievement. Working from the superbly accomplished MasterPhono as a template, the UltraPhono Pro was realized primarily by reducing some of its flexibility and by the omission of a few less crucial features. While it scales down the MasterPhono's less essential feature sets and broader versatility, it still uses essentially the identical exemplary passive RIAA equalization and fully balanced discrete JFET amplification circuitry to find its remarkable voice. First, the choice to conflate the multiple PCBs into a single, more compact and strategic assembly eliminates the need for the added space, physical isolation, and multiple connections between the audio circuitry and the power supply. As a result, at 17 inches wide, just 2.5 inches tall, a scant 11 1/3 inches deep, and weighing just 7 pounds, the UltraPhono Pro weighs half as much, offers just 3/4 of the footprint, and occupies just over half the volume of the more expansive MasterPhono. To the left of its faceplate is the square illuminated push-button power switch. To the right, we have 2 rotary selectors, one each for cartridge loading and overall gain. The loading choices include 100, 300, 500, and 1000 ohms for moving coil cartridges, and the standard resistive 47,000 ohms for use with moving magnet or moving coil cartridges, while gain choices include 40, 52, or 65 decibels when using the single-ended outputs. When connecting your line stage using the true differential outputs with the XLR outputs, you gain 6 decibels of output per setting for either 46, 58, or 71 decibels of gain. Essential, but not extravagant. Between the power switch and the loading gain knobs are 4 small, round push-button switches. The first switch, closest to the power button, does not have an indicator LED. It is the dim button, offering 4 levels of brightness, but not off, for the power switch and all other front panel illumination. It is followed by a subsonic, mono, and mute button, each with its own LED to indicate engagement. At the far right of the rear panel, we find the unified power inlet jack with its IEC socket for its included or your optional power cord, its rocker power switch, and integrated fuse holder. Next, spaced symmetrically across the remaining unused portion of the rear panel, are the 2 sets, one balanced and one single-ended, of left and right outputs to connect to your line stage. Immediately inside the left and right single-ended outputs are the single-ended input jacks. Between them, we find both a chassis ground for tables using a single ground or to ground the motor and plinth on tables with multiple grounds, and a signal ground for your turntable's tone arm. The UltraPhono Pro's choice to limit the feature set should be especially attractive to vinylophiles who never need to accommodate multiple tone arms or turntables. Users with just one primary table, which would be the overwhelming majority of such listeners, don't need or want to pay for versatility they have no intention of using, such as multiple sets of or balanced inputs. Then 2, though the UltraPhono Pro will work equally well with either moving magnet, moving iron, or moving coil cartridges, keep in mind that an optional transimpedance input, like the one found on the MasterPhono, applies only to low output moving coil varieties, so is of no value to music lovers who will never use moving coil transducers. Although the UltraPhono Pro sacrifices ultimate versatility by omitting the remote control, the meters that offer calibration functions, and the slightly more granular loading and gain options, these choices were made exclusively to cut costs, with essentially zero impact on real-world sonic performance for the most typical vinyl enthusiasts. Make no mistake, its more diminutive proportions and select set of options in no way diminish its ability to render the music from the LPs it is asked to decode. What remains with this more streamlined preamp is all the essential functionality and control that one needs, presented in a sleek and appealing package, allowing it to deliver the equivalent sonic knockout performance of the MasterPhono, but at less than half that price. Let's talk about that. Given the UltraPhono Pro's class and likely audience, I first dropped it into my second space system, my more realistically priced rig set up in my home's living room. This more affordable system is where I conducted most of my evaluations using my vintage Microsiki DD30 table and Monster Cable Sigma Genesis 2000 moving coil cart. Starting with the foundation, as with its larger, more inclusive sibling, bass is tight, solid, and rendered with exceptionally well-defined pitch. Timbre throughout the lower registers is remarkably authentic, delivered not only with excellent tone and texture, but with genuine weight, impact, and impressive slam. Among the UltraPhono Pro's most significant and considerable attributes are its faithful presentation of mid-range tone and texture. Everything from human voices to pianos and strings two horns, and even the crisp snap of a snare is presented with a natural purity, a tonal accuracy, and a seemingly effortless resolution. Treble is pure, clean, and detailed, and perhaps most importantly, very well resolved. Its remarkably natural presentation of the uppermost octaves extends smoothly beyond the 20 kHz region, contributing to its delightful expression of extension and air, never softening or in any way compromising its focus. Combining its lovely broadband tonal purity with its supple musical transparency, it delivers remarkably swift transients, conveying incredibly honest scaling as well as an abundance of microdynamic resolve and expressiveness. Its engaging ability to uncover detail, texture, and to recreate space down deep, even in the quietest of passages, a result of its remarkably low distortion levels and incredibly low noise floor, is simply exceptional and highly seductive. After extended listening to the UltraPhono Pro with more compatible peer-class components, I decided to give it a quick stint here in my reference rig. There, it assumed the duties normally provided by my Dynamic Sounds Associates Phono 3 Plus Phonostage, receiving its source from either my Kronos Pro LE or Kronos Perpetual tables, both fitted with a Kronos Discovery RS tone arm and an Etsuro Gold moving coil cart. Keep in mind, in this rig, even the associated Kubala Sosna Ovation input and output interconnects cost more than this Phonostage. It was time for a ruthless test of its abilities. I'm here to tell you, the UltraPhono Pro is one special preamp. After confirming all the impressions I had formed by its time in my second space system, I really had the opportunity to discern its strengths and limitations. Spoiler alert, it made an undeniably impressive showing. With that in mind, while it may fall short of the last word in resolution and transparency, especially when compared with the abundant lineup of today's $30,000 plus Uber Phonostages, what it delivers in this regard is simply exceptional. From its abundant dark quietness to its tonal vibrance and honesty, through its authentic presentation of scaling, to its refined microdynamic expressiveness, it expertly bested all of my expectations. The UltraPhono Pro serves up remarkably precise leading-edge transients, subtly portrayed ambient trail and decay detail, providing a remarkably complete view into the performance under its interpretation, making it the absolute go-to for value-conscious audiophiles. While two considerably more affordable Phonostages are available from the MoFi Electronics stable, the UltraPhono and headphone amp at $499, and the Studio Phono at $349. What MoFi Electronics has achieved with these two most recent and noteworthy efforts from senior electronics engineer Peter Madnick is the realization of two of the most exceptionally performing, authentically musical, and relevantly resolving phono preamplifiers in their respective classes, providing a remarkable set of bookended options in this product category. The MasterPhono, with its superb versatility and attention to detail, is an expression of their uncompromising commitment to the art of the Phonostage, an ability it comfortably demonstrated during my time with it here dropped into play in my reference system. But with the deletion of many often unneeded or unnecessary feature sets or options, yet retaining the exceptional core sonic performance envelope first developed by the MasterPhono, the UltraPhono Pro represents a similar devotion to the category, offering a product as equally committed to the goals of sonic excellence as its more feature-rich flagship Phonostage. Perhaps the UltraPhono's true gift is that it brings a newfound, sophisticated, and unrivaled level of performance to a substantially more cost-effective product range. As such, it provides an exceptionally refined level of performance at a price point more readily accessible to the wider audience of vinylophiles who have long been craving such a complete and immersive experience. At this point, it should come as no surprise that this reimagined and less costly entry represents yet another expression of MoFi's commitment to the LP format. In case you haven't been reading between the lines, the UltraPhono Pro is a standout Phonostage. It offers an elevated level of performance that most vinyl lovers will never outgrow. You can spend considerably more somewhere else and not get anywhere near its level of musical insight, expressiveness, and engagement. It is a true joy to listen to. As such, it has earned my highest recommendation. Get one and forget about future upgrades. Just enjoy your records. One final note before signing off today. This coming Tuesday will find me traveling to Austria for a week to attend the premiere of the relocated High End Society's annual exhibit, High End Vienna 2026. There's been a lot of chatter about this event, so stay tuned for both my reports and watch for the possibility of some random live updates from the show. And Ron Resnick, host of the Hi-Fi 5 podcast, has invited me to be a guest on episode 31, a High End Vienna show report. The episode will broadcast live on Wednesday, June 10th at 9 p.m. Eastern or 6 p.m. Pacific. Links for that broadcast are in today's description. As always, thank you so much for taking the time to drop by today. Further information on supporting the channel and my efforts may be found in today's description section or at my companion website, theaudioanalyst.com. Please stay safe and keep the music playing. Till next time, cheers.